Northwest Fisherman Chris, and if this is your first time here, welcome. If you want to smash that like and subscribe buttons, that would be really awesome. If you want to drop a comment, let them fly, man. Today we're going to be unboxing the Monster Bass Gold Box. Yeah, so let's just get started. Right here off the top, we've got our booklet. Comes in every Monster Bass box. Helping you catch your greatness, PB crushing box. This is the box we're doing today. I also get the Platinum box. I plan to pick up the multi-series box here fairly soon. You've got your lives scheduled on Thursdays. Every Thursday, they've got a live show on YouTube. Okay, so we're talking about frogs. Deal. Shad-shaped baits. Most likely thinking that's going to be about a lipless. Then you've got your drop shot. Then you've got jerk baits. I love jerk baits. This is like one of my favorite niches. Right here is jerk baits, because it'll catch basically everything. Epic Eric's Bait Hacker. Major League Fishing Monthly. Here's your astro tables for all your lunar periods for the next 2 months, all the way through the end of June. People that have caught their PB that are part of Monster Bass. And proud partners in growing fishing, the Championship Club, or the Champions Club. You get that by getting the subscription. Anyway, let's get cracking into this thing. I'm pretty excited. The Platinum box, it was good. I liked it. So, first up, oh, this is actually, okay. So, this is a Bruiser Baits Banger 110. So, this is a 110 size jerk bait, so that's 4.5 inches. What is this? Yeah, it's a ½ ounce, so it's very typical. Typical weight, perfect size, but what I really like about this is that color. What do they call it? Clown. Okay, there's no reason not to just call it clown. So this is kind of one of those colors that kind of everybody makes. So you got that red right there on the front going up the back into a nice yellowish gold, and then you've got some nicely painted silver sides. Got some good looking hardware here. It's your classic. This looks like a Vision 110. Like, shape wise, the way it swoops back, this looks like a Vision 110. It's not a Vision 110, but it looks like one. So this is probably going to sit in the water. If the water is straight like this, it's probably going to sit just like that. Which is, well, there's a reason why everybody throws a Vision 110. These hooks, they look really good. They're not quite EWG style, but if you look, the points actually do pull back towards the shank, back towards that eye, which is great for your hookup ratio. Let's give this thing a listen. It's quieter than I expected. It's a lot more subtle. Because with jerk baits, it's not like you're fishing them around like that, you know. It's just subtle pops or rips. So you get all of your sound at once. This is going to be definitely one to throw in the box. Clown's a good pattern. It's always a good pattern. It's a good pattern pretty much everywhere. Smallmouth hate red. Well, they hate orange, they hate red, and they hate chartreuse. So, that's a huge plus. This will catch your pike, this will catch muskie. I've even caught rainbow trout on clown patterns. Actually, some of the biggest rainbows I've ever caught, I've caught on jerk baits. But, yeah, that's a solid pick. Coming right out the gate with some heat right there. That's awesome. Okay. Castic. Alright, so this is their CC Square Bill 1.0. It's probably going to be 3/8 ounce guy, 1 to 4 feet. 2.1. Oh, it's a 1/4 ounce. Wow, I'm dumb. They call this color molten craw, and it is 1 to 4 feet, so I'm not that off. So we got some cool. You got like some splatter effect here on the back on the black, or on the back it's black. Then you've got your, it's like a satin finish. It's not quite a gloss. It's more of a satin. Nice craw pattern going on there. Got some good looking hooks there. They don't really bind, so that's good. You got plenty of room on that split ring. Looks really well made. I like it. 1 to 4 feet. Let's give this thing a listen. I like that it's super tinny. That's kind of that's a good sound, because it's reminiscent of like a Bill Lewis rattle trap, and we all know that the Bill Lewis rattle trap that catches fish. I mean that is like the original lipless, in my opinion. So it's a good sound. It's a good sound for it. It's definitely louder than that Bruiser, but I like it. I like it a lot, and this color's pretty wicked, actually. There's a lot going on here to break it up. But being a wide body, it's going to have a nice big wobble to it. It's not going to be tight. So this would be a pretty good lower visibility water bait. Really like it. Solid. Yeah, let's just do this. Okay, so this is Optimum baits. This is their line through swim bait, panicked action. Okay, I've had one of these once before. I don't remember if I got it from Monster Bass, or I got it from MTB, or who I got it from. But this thing, okay. Line through swim bait. So basically how this works is, do I have a piece of line here? Yeah, we're going to make a piece of line real quick here. I got some extra stuff sent over here off to the side. That's plenty of line. Okay. So you've got your line. This is your main line. Let's pretend that. I know it's going to be kind of hard to see for you guys, and it's just like an example. So to rig this up, you're going to take your line. Wow. Hard to see for you guys. So you're going to take your line, and there's a hole in the front of it. Pass your line down through it. Comes at the bottom there. Okay. And then after you pass your line through it, where'd the treble hook go? There it is. You're going to tie your treble hook on. This treble hook definitely not going to have any issues seeing the eye on that one. Pretty big. So then you're going to go ahead and tie your knot of choice. I'm going to do improved clinch knot, because that's like my go-to knot. That's the one I'm comfortable with, and that's the one I got confidence in. Flip through once. Flip through again. Somehow I screwed that up. Wow, this line, it must be really old. Okay. Yeah, this line is really old, because it just broke when I tried to tie it. Anyway, so we're just going to go without the line. So you're going to imagine this piece of line is tied to this hook. Okay? Passes through the bait, and then you're going to take your hook, and you're just going to kind of skin hook it in the belly, just like that, tucked up underneath there. You can go deeper, or you can skin hook it. I like to skin hook it, because the last one of these I had, I got quite a bit of use out of it by skin hooking it, just barely, or even if you want to, You can get it up here, higher up, so it's a little bit more tucked up in there. Plus, it gives you more room on the bait to kind of pick places to stuff that hook just to hold it there, just like that. So when the bass comes up, goes to grab it, bait's going to come out. It's going to do its own thing. But you got them on the treble hook. Now you can use the treble hook that they gave you. It's a pretty good hook. It's stout. It's stout enough to do the job. I'd change mine to an EWG style treble hook because I really have a lot of faith in EWG style treble hooks keeping fish penned once they're hooked. But yeah, so it doesn't matter really however you feel comfortable hooking this. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's got this nice weight right here. I actually really, really like this bait. It's super fantastic. I mean, the color doesn't look like much, but the action on it, it has a lot of action, and I've had this bait before. I really like this bait. I'm really happy, actually, that I got another one. That's really great. Actually, you know what, probably... Nope, it doesn't say. But, yeah, the whole, altogether, I think it's close to, well, it says right here, actually, 0.85 of an ounce. So it's just a little bit more than 3/4. Yeah, I like this bait a lot, guys. Like, this is a bait, this is a line through, because I don't have a lot of line throughs. I think I still have one or two of these, because after I had my first one, I bought several of them, and I used them a lot over the winter. But over the winter, because I was dragging them on bottom, what I was doing was I was actually pulling the hook up and kind of throwing it up here on the back so I could drag it across the bottom like that. And that's the cool part about line throughs. You can kind of just put that hook wherever you really want it. Like if you want to put it farther up there, just pull the line up over it. It's good to go. It gives you a lot of options and ways that you can fish this bait differently. I really like this bait. That's a great like soft, like beginner. I wouldn't even say beginner because it's a fantastic bait. That's just a good bait. And if I remember correctly, they're not terribly expensive. I think they're like $5 to $8, $10, something like that. I'm not mad about it. Okay, so we'll move on before I sit here and talk about that swim bait longer. Finesse worm, KVD Classic, coffee and salt. Color on this guy is black blue swirl. We all know what this is. Okay, Strike King. Trying to confuse this with your fancy lingo, saying a finesse worm. It's a trick worm. Let's just all be honest about this. When you look at a worm that looks like this, what is this? This is a trick worm. Okay, you throw this on your shaky head. You throw this on anything you want. It's a trick worm. They work great. Definitely has a lot of scent. Definitely has a lot of salt. Just squeeze it for the camera here. Let's see if I can get it to pop. Yeah. Right there. You can see it. All that salt coming out. Yeah. This is great. So it really is just, what do they call this? Black blue swirl. It really just looks just straight black to me. But that's fantastic. It's a black trick worm. I'm not mad about that. I will fish that. This is actually going to go straight into my normal everyday carry bag, because I carry like 4 different colors of trick worms, all of the time. Why not? I mean, it's a trick worm. We know they work. Fish that shaky head. You can fish that on a worm hook. You can Carolina this. You kind of just put a hook on it, and then you put it in the water, and then there's a bass on it. I have quite a bit of faith in trick worms. Like, I'm a little biased. Okay, I've had a lot of luck with them. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Cool. We did get EWG hooks. So I'll go get one of these out, and I'll rig up one of those trick worms on an EWG. And these spear point hooks, this will actually kind of help me show you guys why I like, because I really like these spear point hooks. They're not a heavy wire hook, so it's not the perfect hook for all occasions, but for lighter stuff, especially if you want to, like, use a trick worm, these are great. I always keep several of these in my terminal box. So we'll go ahead and get that started on there. Okay, go up to that first notch. And then you're not going to want to come through the belly because these do have a flat spot on them. So, go, no, actually no. I do want to go out the belly. I'm kind of dumb. Okay, so go out the belly. Go out the belly. There we go. So, what makes these spear point hooks special is they've kind of got this weird shape going on, okay? Now, some people, they hate the weird shape. I'm one of those people where I like the weird shape. Wow, I did not come out where I wanted to come out on that. So there's that. And then you're going to kind of look at that. Get that angle kind of memorized a little bit there. So you know what you want to do. Pull it just like that. So that weird angle right there is super useful because, to expose it, it helps hold that there. It's not like a normal EWG where it can kind of swoop around it. It's got a pretty hard bend right there that it's got to get around. So, I don't know how well you guys can see that. But these hooks are perfect for stuff like this. Now, would I necessarily this be my first pick for fishing something like a trick worm? No, not really. I'm definitely going to throw this on a shaky head. But these spear point hooks are like perfect for your smaller diameter baits, especially something like a trick worm or like a. I like to put Sinkos on them too. Not like the big fat Sinkos, but like the thinner ones. Maybe like an off-brand one. It works great. I also like to put like baits that get turned and then can act kind of stupid, like certain craws that have a thinner body, or other smaller worm kind of shaped baits like lizards. These are really cool for lizards because of that angle. Oh, we'll just get another one. I'm not even going to bend over and pick that up right now. I'll get it after the show. That bend right there, that makes a huge difference, and just kind of keeping it there. Yeah, you can move it every time you can cast it, or you can just know that it's in the right spot. And that's one of the reasons why I like these kind of silly spear point hooks. I haven't broken one, but I also know they're a lighter wire than some of my other EWG style hooks. So it's, I mean, I've never really super hard pushed them, but I've caught 4 or 5 pound bass on these. Didn't bend them, didn't have anything bad happen. I've hooked logs, docks, all kinds of stuff. Never broke one. So in my book, I still like these spear points. Alright, this last thing here, let's check this out. Backlash baits. Okay. So this is like a Ned rig going on here. They don't give us a color, but they're made, well, maybe not made, but they're from Greenville, South Carolina. So let's get this opened up here. Check these out. These don't really have a whole lot of scent to them, which is fine. Not every bait has to be scented. They kind of like got like a goosebump texture here on the back. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera for you guys. The other end kind of ribbed like a Cinco. It's got that nice spot right there in the middle. No real discernible top or bottom. This color is pretty cool. It's like a... I wouldn't say it's a green pumpkin because there's no black flake in it, but it's that green pumpkin green, but with this blue and green flake in it. How well you guys are going to be able to... Yeah, you can see that flake. What do we got? The salty? There's really... No, there's no salt in it. It's just... It's a nice Ned bait. This is definitely a Ned bait that will catch fish. It's got a lot of really subtle action to it. Like, check that out. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but even just barely touching it like that, it's still moving. So that's great. Any little movement just transfers right through it. It's not very heavy. It's not very dense, so it's a good floater. Never heard of this company, but I'm also not from South Carolina. Huh. That's a nice bait. I like that. Nice packaging. This is a nice durable plastic too. Especially for a smaller company, the packaging is great. Nice resealable, nice little Ziploc top there. I like it. It's really great. Let's see what else we got in the bottom here. Get all these little cards out here. 25% off. First, oh, there I go, dropping stuff. 25% off your first purchase, your first month in the club, from Black Rifle Coffee. I love Black Rifle Coffee. That's pretty much, that's the coffee I drink. I'm not even gonna, like, lie about that, try to cover that. That's good coffee. I will 10,000% stand behind them. I also get their subscription. I get 2 bags every month. If you like coffee, check them out. It's worth it. Unless you live in Canada. Because, you know, that's a whole... That has nothing to do with fishing. We're just going to drop that part right there, why there's none of that in Canada. But, we got our MLF playing card here with Boyd Duckett from Guntersville, Alabama. Got all of his information on there. One day I want to be on one of these. Yeah, well, we can all hope, you know. Like, I hope all you guys get on one of these too. I'm just going to put that down. Got our golden ticket. You get your golden ticket drawing every Thursday. They draw it. You get a prize. Pretty cool. Alright, let's figure out what I dropped. Because it kind of looked like an important business card. Oh, no. I actually have dropped a lot of stuff and never picked it up. Weird. Yeah, so there's a random piece of my girlfriend's hair. Regular EWG style hook that I just found. The spear point. See the difference? It's that. That's the big point for me. All the rest of these curves, they don't really matter to me. They're probably there for, you know, load bearing purposes. But this is what keeps your bait from coming untexposed and slipping around. That's why I keep these for the smaller baits if I'm not using it like a flipping style hook. But there you go, guys. There's your difference. And the last thing, of course, is this super sweet square bill monster bass sticker. As simple as this sticker is, I actually really, really like it. That's a pretty dope. Okay. I like stickers. What can I say? I'm a mechanic by trade, so there's a lot of times where I'll buy like a $1,000 sweatshirt and get free tools with it, or like my $5,000 mini fridge that came with free tools. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We're done with the box. This is all the stuff that's in there. This box is actually, you know, I might like this month's gold box a little bit better than I like the platinum box, and the platinum box was really good. I don't say that too often. I think the real kicker on this were these, the swimbait, and these black trick worms. Or not trick worms. I know they're finesse worms because it's got KVD's picture right here. I don't care. I'm calling it a trick worm, guys. But yeah, this is the crowning like jewel of this box for me. Everything else in here is really, really good. This is better. This is better than good. I'm super happy. I don't care if it was out of a Monster Bass box and this is a repeat. I'm happy with this. I will take this. This is a great bait. I really like this bait. So anyway, we're done. That's the end of the show. I want you, like, temps are coming up, water temps are coming up, pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn, all going on everywhere. I'm pre-spawn, spawn up here still. Weather's getting nice, days are getting longer, so you know what you guys need to do? You need to get out there and fish around and find out. Take care, guys. Peace.